Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I would come on with a project share. I got in the Halloween spirit, as you can see, and I decided to pull out my Halloween kit, and boy did I make embellishments. So I want to save a couple of these for last. These are just layered pumpkins, and I used my dies and just my scraps more than anything. These little cats were gifted to me by one of the girls in my swap group. I just love this little one with the fence. So cute. So there's little cats. I just grabbed some scraps and die cut some pumpkins, and I had these little black bows in my embellishment boxes, the one that I sort by color. So these guys are just kind of ready to go. These were also from the same person who sent me all the little cat die cuts, and these are tiny, but I thought they would make great faux flare maybe. This is a stamp from a recollection set, I believe. Yeah, this, nope, not this one. This one. So I don't have a huge amount of Halloween dies and stamps. What I have is pretty limited. So cute. Another cat. These, I just took my 1 1/4 inch circle punch and punched out the little faces from a scrap of paper. And then this is where I really went down the rabbit hole. So I started to dig into my stash because I was seeing people making Halloween embellishments using non-traditional Halloween dies, and I thought that was brilliant. So I grabbed my little cake die and I started cutting. And I'll probably add something to these. I just don't know what yet. Maybe some twine. And then these are just little cakes that are ready to go. These, I mean, everybody's seen page flags before. These are nothing really new. And again, using my scraps. And some of the tinier things, like this is a sequin from a mix that I have. So the page flags. And then I grabbed my little jar punch and I made all of these little guys. So I have my kits here, and I've got a lot of Halloween wood veneer, and I don't really have a lot of Halloween things that I make. So I decided to, this one's kind of weird, but I should probably reheat this side. It looks a bit off. But I dipped these in embossing powder. And they have like just a whole lot of scraps. This one, I went simple just because I had the crow already stamped. And again, that's from the stamp set. Little black cat. And then because I was on the whole non-traditional die thing, I got into this. So this is my snow globe die. And this is a very chunky thing. But I thought instead of having it be a snow globe, maybe it's a crystal ball. So very fun. And I just layered it up. And there's some black glitter and orange stars in there. And then this one, wow, this one. This is so much chunkier. But it's chunkier because, I don't know if you can see, I actually sewed beads into the web. So the beads still move. Not very much. But it required that I really make this thing thick. And then I took a black acrylic spider that I had in my kit and glued it down. So that's where we are. I will be right back. I'm going to clear some of this stuff off because I have another idea. We are going to make some spooky flowers. So I just grabbed some of my favorite flower and leaf dies. So I'm going to do this part off camera. And as you can see, I don't have a huge amount of scraps left. I have quite a bit of black, which I think is the one we're probably going to use a fair bit of. So the plan is to create a layered flower. So I will be back when I've got less scraps on my table and we'll assemble some. I am back. So as you can see, I have a lot less scraps on my desk and I'm working, oh, I missed one. And I'm working with these little flowers that I cut and these little leaves. And the plan is to layer them up and then top them off with a googly eye or a gem or something creepy. We shall see. So I will kind of start the layering process. And what I'm thinking is a little something like this, and then work my way down. And then the last thing I'll do will be add the leaves and the googly eyes. So I will put you on fast forward as I get assembling. This ended up being a really good way to use some of the small-ish scraps of Halloween, and I used a lot of that black cardstock actually. I still have a little bit left, but as I say later on in the video, I've got another idea. So I'm just trying to alternate some of the patterns and textures on these little flowers. And I'm not really curling up the edges or anything. I kind of thought I would wait and possibly do that when I have a plan for where they're going to go and if I have some sort of project in mind for them. Once the glue is dry, it's easy enough to curl them up and give them a little bit more lift. A lot of these little scraps are pieces from the Hey Pumpkin collection by Crate Paper from, oh gosh, I don't even know how many years ago now. But they're mostly one-sided papers. So this is also a great project for using those. And I'm just using my liquid glue. You could use hot glue, I suppose, but I hate having my hot glue out on my table while I'm filming. I've burnt myself too many times. Not interested in doing that on film. So I'm just pulling some little pieces from this little kit that was gifted to me. I don't even know how long ago, but you can see there's pumpkins and little googly eyes and some little purple gems. And I pulled out some of the purple and green googly eyes because I don't really know where else or how else I would use purple and green googly eyes. I also have just the little black regular googly eyes on my table there. And I didn't end up using any, but I probably will if I make more of these little flowers. Googly eyes are very easy to come by. If you didn't want to use googly eyes, as I said, you could use gems, you could use buttons. I mean, you could basically use any sort of little circular embellishment in the middle. Looks like I'm back to you live in a moment. All done. And they're super creepy. I love them. I may go through once they're dry and curl the edges. We shall see. I really like this one too. Got lots of those little purple gems in there, so I may very well go back through and make some more. So there are the flowers. I do have another idea, but I'd like to come back in a separate video. So break out your googly eyes, your orange and black and green and purple paper scraps, and anything Halloween you've got. And yeah, do some non-traditional Halloween die cutting and DIY embellishments. All right, friends, as always, thanks for coming to hang out with me, and I will see you next video. Bye for now.